All right, so Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Albin Hill, is joining us this morning. We're exploring the growing necessity for local businesses to diversify and seek new markets, particularly in response to the Trump administration's imposition of a 10% tariff on Jamaican exports to the United States. We welcome you, Senator. Thank you for being here with us this morning. Did you enjoy our little match?
You and Delia.
It's good to have you.
Competing at it must be from Hampton.
Immaculate?
Woolmars.
Immaculate / Woolmars. Speaking of competition, though, it's an interesting time for nations across the world. And for Jamaica, see the flag there on your chest. We all wear it with pride in our hearts. Lots of news coming out of the United States that's kind of have us, the world, in a wait-and-see moment. Markets are plunging and all sorts of things are happening. 10% tariffs on Jamaica. Are we clearer on what that looks like? I heard the Prime Minister saying that some things are still not clear.
And the Prime Minister, of course, is right. And it's still not clear because of what we had before the tariffs came on board. We have been in the Caribbean Basin Initiative, which was put on by President Reagan, a Republican, I don't know now, 30, 40 years ago. And we're not clear if the 10% is on top of that or the CBI arrangements are excluded from the 10%. And that will mean, of course, that if the 10% is on top of the CBI, then it means that 90% of our goods which we export to the United States, which is our biggest trading partner, will then have immediately an additional 10%. We're seeking for clarity, and we're, of course, in the meantime, as Prime Minister said at the opening of Expo, we have to strategize. It doesn't make sense to get emotional about it. We can't change that. We are not the rule makers. We are not also, luckily, the target. We don't sell and send fentanyl to the United States. We don't have a big positive trade balance. In fact, we have a big negative trade balance with the United States. And clearly, we are not the target of this. And we don't have people going across our borders directly into the United States as unrequired immigrants.
Are there any specific sectors or products that you feel are probably going to be most affected by these changes?
Bearing in mind that I said the U.S. is our largest trading partner.
Correct.
90% goes without duty right now, and it's a non-reciprocal duty arrangement. It's actually a largesse from the United States to the CBI group of countries. So we mine things. We sell a lot to our diaspora, food in all forms, processed and just fresh. And so, yes, things will be different, whatever happens to us. What we have to do, Delia and Simone, is quickly, as we've been doing, look at what the competitive landscape looks like. Who else is in the 10% category? And that, luckily for us, if there's any luck, is that it's the lowest category. Who else sells what we sell to the United States and what tariff categories they're in? Are they in 15, 25, 35? No. What else is great for us? Or geographic proximity to the United States. Well, if somebody else is charged only 10% for what we sell, but they're located in Africa or in Asia, look at the transportation competitive advantage that we have. So we now have to strategize. Don't get emotional. You can't change a thing. Don't get upset. I'm not talking about my visa. That's not what I do. I sit down and what has happened is a great deal of work has been done by the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce with, in fact, leadership taken by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, because it's a trade issue. We do business. We do industry, investment and commerce, deal with the business area, and Foreign Affairs deal with the foreign trade, and we've been collaborating because we have the data, and Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith and her team and us are working on strategic options that we have to look at taking before we go forward.
I know you've also been looking at new and emerging markets.
Well, you know, Delia, I have been traveling.
Yes.
I've been, in the 2.5 years I've been at ministry, so I've been to 10 different countries, 14 different cities. Of course, we go to the 3 traditional partners, United States, Britain, and Canada, but clearly we haven't become rich selling only them. So when I came in, I said, hey, we have to find new markets. Some people wondered, why is all been traveling? And, you know, all I take is 4 or 5 government people. I took 35, 73, and 61 people to Guyana. All the rest paid for they were business people, and many of them young. So now it's now self-evident why we have to absolutely do that. So Latin America markets are where we have to look.
Absolutely.
We have to look at Africa. They've been inviting us to come to look at it, and so we have to find new markets, new buyers of products from Jamaica. And inside Jamaica, we have to become a lot more productive and a lot more innovative to say we must create products that other markets apart from the United States and our European partners look to, and find those markets and sell it to them.
I think Africa is exciting because there's so many synergies between us and Africa, food profile and all the rest of it. I always hear Don Webby say our import bill is too high. We need to find a way to look to export more, and he always talks about the crises, the opportunity in the crisis. There's one economist here who's saying now that Jamaican exporters have the option of reducing export volumes or lowering prices in order to remain competitive in the American market. Is that a viable suggestion, you think?
I think we have to constantly look at reducing import values. We have to supply a lot more. But I want to say to you, ladies, that we're never going to get rich selling to less than 3 million people with a per capita GDP of $7,000 or less. Bahamas has 34, Bermuda has 125, Barbados has about 25. What we're doing at 7. So we're going to have to find new markets with new products. And by heavens, we have the largest English-speaking population in the Caribbean. We now have fixed our fiscal arrangements. We've taken the last 10 years and fixed it. We're now poised for growth, but we have to make sure growth is based on 2 things. We have to get that technology right, and AI is running ahead of everybody, and we have to be on it, and we have to upskill our people. When you put those 2 together, you don't have to be big like China or Russia. You can be as small as Luxembourg, that is now the richest country in the world by per capita GDP of 154,000. Cayman, I don't know how many mango trees Cayman has. And they're certainly not as big as St. Elizabeth from where we were. But look at the
they're
per capita
thriving.
So we have to now build a services business where we take many Jamaicans work in Cayman BVI and
absolutely.
The lawyers, the accountants. We know I'm fixing with the cabinet the legal infrastructure to make sure the Jamaica International Financial Authority becomes a force for producing services, expensive financial services that will make us a richer country as we sell it.
One of the things that I'm really very proud of, Minister, is, and I say Jamaicans don't know enough of what is available to them, is the ways in which you support entrepreneurs to make sure they're export ready. And I saw a lot of that at Expo Jamaica.
Did you go? I hope you guys reveled in Expo.
Yeah.
Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, in association with JAMPRO, one of the 20 agencies in my ministry, and all the agencies were there upstairs. You go upstairs, you find us there.
Indoor
they're ready to help everybody.
Correct.
And we had the biggest number of buyers in our history to come to Jamaica at a time when
Grand
Slam was going on. And it was so good to see what Mr. Johnson has done to put that together. And when they were finished running, they came to Expo, and Expo and Grand Slam was such a success in the same space.
Yeah.
No, Minister Babs Grange and myself had to come together with our agencies below us.
I wish I was in that meeting.
Make sure we work out the logistics.
Nightmare.
But we got through it.
You got through it.
And both were successful. And yes, Expo is a great place to expose people who are producing, and they all, when you speak to them, they were so happy. They made so many sales and contacts right there.
Yeah.
And it's the biggest in the Caribbean. And we had over 25 or 30 countries.
I mentioned it because I wanted people who are watching this morning who are new entrepreneurs or who have an idea to know that, for example, if you go to the Bureau of Standards, the Bureau of Standards will make sure that
for agencies.
Yes, that you hit the marks that will allow you to export to certain, right. So I emphasize all the time, SRC is great at it as well.
JBDC, Jamaica Business Development Corporation, they're all in there to help our young MSMEs. And not so young ones either. Sometimes those ones need some help.
Absolutely.
And those MSMEs are important because they're driving the engine of growth.
That's where people are employed. I mean, Big Grace and Big NCB employ a few people. Whenever you hear them say they're restructuring, you know what that means.
Yes.
But so it's the MSMEs who are really employing people and paying our workers and paying taxes.
Yeah.
And paying taxes.
So the outlook is, don't panic.
Absolutely.
Produce, plan. Execute.
And I want to say this. Since I've been in banking all my life and worked in banking all over the world, every time that there's an obstacle, there are 20 opportunities around it. Just go look for them and find them. I've seen you do it with your business and how you've changed. I've seen you, Delia, in your part of the entertainment business. You women are outstanding. More of us have to do that. Don't panic. Don't get emotional. Even when in your home and something happens, don't panic. Cool it. You know, I'm going to leave you with a little scripture because I hear one of you say something there in the competition.
Galatians.
You know, James, the half-brother of Jesus, said, look, be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. Don't panic. Just plan, get strategic, and find one of those 20 opportunities that will come with every obstacle.
Never waste a crisis. Well, I mean, the minister ended the interview with scripture was not on my bingo card this morning. But I'm here for it. Thank you very much, Minister. Very calming perspective this morning in the middle of a lot of uncertainty. So thank you for that.
How wonderful to be here with you.
Excellent.
It's good to have you. Sorry you hadn't come in earlier to help us with the quiz. Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Albany Hill. After the break.
Yeah. Speaking with an OBGYN as she advocates for import fees to be removed from menstrual products. Yeah, we have that on the other side.
Or maybe we should start making our